Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara. Today I'm wearing a little bit of a different look than you probably usually see me in, particularly because of the lips, but also I'm wearing kind of a purpley look, which I also don't usually go for. And that is because in today's video, I am going to be trying out some products that I regret buying or products that I don't like, just things that I need to give another chance. And I actually came up with a look that I quite like. I mean, it's different than how I usually go for, but I think overall it looks good, even if it's not to my particular preferences. And we just need to take a second to admire the flowers in the background. Oh, didn't even realize that was there. They're so beautiful. My partner went to a wedding yesterday. He wasn't allowed to bring a +1, but he brought back these beautiful flowers and I'm obsessed with them. So I needed to showcase them in the video. So this is going to be a get ready with me, which I love to watch these kinds of videos. I know that they don't do super well, but I thought I would try my hand at it anyways. And let's just get into it. Not every single product that I use to get ready will be something that I regret buying, but the majority of them are. So you will see a naked face right now. Hello, so here I am with a naked face. As you can see, I do have sunscreen, moisturizer on, as well as eyelid primer. It's already started to crease a bit. It's just the nature of my eyebrows, and I have curled them. Obviously, my eyelashes do not look like this naturally, and I just want to show you what my skin looks like up close. I'm not sure if it'll show you all of the, I don't know if it's really scarring, but like I do not have flawless skin at all. I don't have a ton of active breakouts. I definitely have pigmentation all throughout my face. But anyways, let's get started. So I don't think it will be any surprise what I begin with, the product that I chose for foundation, because I only have 3 foundations and one of them I have talked at length about. This is the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. Now, I think this is a good foundation. It's really hard to tell because this is such a bad color match for me. Like, so bad. In the summer, it was actually a lot better to the point that I could just wear this by itself, like not combine it with a lighter foundation, but that only worked insofar as I wasn't leaving the house. Like it wasn't obvious on Zoom, but I wouldn't really do that if I was seeing anyone. I would still combine it with a lighter color. So now that we are out of the summer, I'm a little bit less tanned. I really have to combine this with another shade of foundation, but I will just show you what it looks like when I use only this, and then I think on top I'll add a little bit more foundation in a different color. I turned up the brightness a little bit and I made those the star of the show. So generally I take a little bit and I put it on the back of my hand. Can you tell the difference in shades there? And then I will add a little bit of a different foundation, mix it around, and then put it on my face. But I'm just gonna apply this one today in the hopes that you'll be able to tell the problem with the shade match. Now I did purchase this online, so, you know, I couldn't really have known. I guess I could have done a bit more research, like looked up YouTube videos of people using this foundation and what colors their skin were, but I didn't do that, so it's kind of my fault. There go the ambulances. Can we tell the difference now? I'm looking in the mirror and it seems pretty obvious. I'm not sure how it'll appear on camera, but I think you can tell my neck is quite a different color from my skin. I'm gonna add a little bit of this CoverGirl Clean Fresh foundation just to make things work a bit better, but just so you know what things would look like if I only use that foundation. But I'm not gonna do that today because I still want this makeup look to turn out kind of okay. I have to film another video today, so yeah, but just so you know, we're already off to a bad start. Okay, now I just have way too much foundation on clearly, and I also went in with a bit of concealer, but hopefully it looks a little bit more normal, although I still feel a bit orangey. Let's go in with bronzer next. This is the New York Color bronzer. I don't know if I really regret buying this, but I regret having too many bronzers, considering before my no-buy, I literally use bronzer like once every other week. Like it was very rare for me to use bronzer. So I regret having so many, and this one I don't really like. So I'm just gonna say that I regret buying this one. I'm gonna go in with a stippling brush. This is just an e.l.f. one. Recently, I have been using a much larger brush, like a kabuki brush. That was more of a powder brush, just to try to finish off this product as quickly as possible so that I was dispensing a lot of product. But I think this method, it actually looks a bit more natural. It makes me like the product better. So I've been doing this a little bit, and we don't want this look to go completely bad. Like, again, if this was a normal day where I was like leaving the house and I wanted to look nice, these are not the products that I would use. And so when I film, these are not the products that I use. So when you see me on camera, I don't use these products that I don't like. I use products I like a lot more. Okay, that's not so bad, but I still look like extremely bronze considering I'm actually not very tanned right now. There we go. Yeah, so this is not great. It used to be a cult classic, but I don't think I ever loved it. Next, let's do some blush. So I have a lot of blushes and I don't use most of them, but I think the one that I dislike the most is this Revlon Charmed blush. I remember like seeing this in the drugstore so many times, and there was like this orange color that I really, really wanted, but it was just never on sale, and I only justified buying things at the drugstore when they're on sale, which was actually like sounds realistic, but that's actually really, really bad idea, because then I just end up buying like whatever is on sale, and it's usually things that like aren't great and aren't selling very well. So anyway, this is a cream blush. I think this is one of my only cream blushes and I don't like it. I just don't like cream blush. I'm gonna go in with my regular brush. I usually use my fingers or a stippling brush for this, but let's see how it looks with this brush. I think I like less pink blushes now. Like I like a lighter hand, and I don't want it to be as pink. Like I would like some brown or orange tones, or even like lighter colors. I don't really know, but like I don't love this look. Even though I applied it with a pretty light hand, I still feel like it's too much. And this probably won't translate to the camera because everything looks lighter on camera, so I usually apply more blush than I like to when I'm filming. Yeah, it's not great. It doesn't look bad, but it's not great. I will actually top that off with a little bit of this NYX Baked Blush. Now I regret this because nothing comes off. Maybe it's just that it's hard pan, but there's only like one very specific place where you can get product to come off. I think the rest of it is just hard pan. Look, let me rub the other areas. Nothing. But that one area, I hope this is making sense. Yeah, so maybe I will have to scrape some of this off. But anyways, look how hot pink that is. Like, I don't want my blush to look like that. See my brush? Okay, we're looking very pinky right now. Ooh, not liking this so far. Not liking this at all. Okay, let's move on to eyebrows. I don't think I've ever used this as an eyebrow product before. This is the Sonia Kashuk Duo in Neutral Ground. I've used this before as an eyeshadow, and I think it is intended to be an eyeshadow, but I feel like that lighter shade could work for the brows. I mean, my eyebrows look pretty dark already, as you can tell. And when I bought this, I thought that it would be super handy because it's just two different brown shades. Like, you know, what could be more convenient than that? Brown is like, I feel like the most popular neutral on eyes. And I used to really like browns on my eyes, but now I never wear them. My neutrals now are like orange. I'm not kidding. I never wear browns. I wear a lot of like pinks, pinky purples almost, reds, but I do not wear browns, which is kind of strange. So this has not gotten much use. I mean, you can tell I have used it a number of times, but not recently, for sure. I do think this is a pretty good color for my eyebrows. Like, I don't mind how this looks. They're not too different from how my eyebrows usually look. Could work. Do they look a little wonky? Like, this one looks higher than that one. Am I making that up? I don't know. I still feel like my eyebrows look different all the time. I almost used to like how my eyebrows look more than they do now. That might just be because of the products that I'm using. I don't love the products, but okay, this is not bad. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Obviously, they look extremely dark compared to my hair, but that's just how I like it. It used to be a lot worse. I used to love having my eyebrows like almost black. Like when I would get them done, I would get them dyed like an almost black color, and I love that contrast with my hair. Now, not so much. Shauna and I have talked about this before. Shauna Rapari, I will link her channel here. We both like really have regrets about how we used to do our eyebrows, but I like them better now. It's still a bit dark for some people's liking, but whatever. I have dark eyebrows and I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so this is the palette that I feel like I regret the most, and I don't even actually remember if I bought this. I think I might have asked for it as a present, but then I regret asking for it as a present. I just remember really liking how it looked in the stores, and I was super into purple eyeshadow. Of course now, pretty much never wear purples. You can see the shadow that's gotten the most use is that cream one there, because that's just like, you know, a neutral. You can use that on your brow bone, inner corner highlight, whatever, but there's a lot of purples in there, and if I want to stick to this palette only today, I'm gonna have to use purples, so it's a little bit daunting, but let's do it. I'm actually gonna start with that deepest color, and I'm a bit nervous because, oh my god, that's so dark! What have I done? Anyways, I'm worried because I'm filming other videos today, so I want this look to still turn out okay. I think I will do it mostly that sort of gold color. It's almost like a rose gold, so I could make that work. This purple, on the other hand, this is very purple. It's very purple. Not loving that. Okay, I really blended it out, and now I think it's kind of working. I have more confidence in this now. I think it'll come together. So I'm gonna use that kind of golden shade in the bottom left. That silvery one there, not for me. That purpley silver one there, not for me. But that one gold shade I think will fix things. So I'm gonna put that all over the lid. It's a pretty nice shimmer. I mean, I have used this before, but it has been a while. I'm gonna go all the way into the inner corner there. I almost need a crease color. I might go in, no, I'm gonna leave it for now. I can always add something later. I'm actually gonna use this just for the brow bone highlight and the inner corner. See, it's very light, so I kind of like that. And I will blend it up a little bit to lighten things. And brow bone. Okay, I think what I will do is I will have to use a brown in the crease, and maybe I'll go with the bronzer. But it needs to be a bit darker, in my opinion. And this way we can sort of mute out the purple color. It'll be less obvious. It's more like a browny purple. Not too bad. I feel like I still have a little bit of like a blue color eyeliner on my lower lash line because I did use some yesterday and it didn't come off properly when I removed my makeup yesterday and this morning. It's not too bad though. It's not too bad. How are we looking? Do we like it? I am gonna use some eyeliner. Now, I have so many random eyeliners that I just like put my hand in the drawer and was like, which of these is like the most miscellaneous? The one that I pulled out was the Rimmel Soft Kohl Kajal Eyeliner Pencil. I don't think I've ever bought anything from Rimmel that I really liked, so I don't know why I bought this in the first place, especially considering I had so many black eyeliners. I'm just gonna say that this is the one I regret the most, but I regret a lot of the black eyeliners that I have, to be honest. I did sharpen it, but I haven't swatched it. Oh yeah, it's still pretty creamy. It's not super black though. It almost feels a little bit like lighter than black. But let's smudge this along the lash line. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a wing. Huh. It's not bad actually. This is smoother than some other eyeliners I have tried out. Okay, I'm gonna go do the other eye. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with how this looks. The wings turned out pretty good. And I actually added a little bit more purple because I felt like I had camouflaged all the purple and that just seemed a little disingenuous. But let's go in with the mascara now. This is the Great Lash Lots of Lashes. Usually I love Maybelline mascaras, but all of the Great Lash ones that I've tried, which is like their most popular brand or spin-off or whatever, I've really disliked all of them. And I got this on recommendation from my friend who loved this particular Lots of Lashes one. I should have known because this is not waterproof and I do not like mascaras that aren't waterproof. Let me show you the brush. Seems cool, but it doesn't work on me at all. So let's see what happens when I use it. I tried to get a lot of use out of this maybe about half a year ago, like I had it in my makeup bag just to force myself to use it, but it made the curl just completely disappear. So I'm gonna use a light hand with this today so as to encourage the curl to stay in place. And like so much gunk gets on the inner corner that when you try to do your inner corner, it just, see that? It's just it's too much product in there. That's a much lighter hand that I usually use with mascaras, but I think I'm gonna stop there because it could get out of hand. That is what that mascara looks like. I don't hate it. The look is a little bit too purpley for me, so that's my main issue with it. But yeah, it's not too bad. I kind of like how like dramatic the wing is. It's a bit more than I usually go for, and I'm pretty impressed with the eyeliner. I actually really like the eyeliner formula. Okay, we just have a couple more steps, lips and also highlight. So this is like the one high-end thing in this whole video, and I think that says something. I've talked in previous videos about how I just need to like cut out going to the drugstore because I always just buy whatever's on sale, and honestly probably all of these things were on sale and I just picked them up on a whim. That is why I'm cutting out drugstore moving forward. This I actually got from Buns, but I don't know, it's so pale. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Warm Rose that I just can't really get anything to show up. And I have this in a different color and I love that one, but this, it doesn't even seem like a highlight. It just seems like a powder, like an inner corner powder, inner corner highlight or something like that. So usually I apply this with a brush, but that's not going to do anything. I want a bit more oomph. Okay, so can you see? It's nothing. It seems like I've just added a little bit of translucent powder on top of my cheeks. Like there's no shimmer, there's no highlighting, it's nothing. So I do not understand who this would be good for. This is doing absolutely nothing. Yep, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like that product still. Last product, this is the NYX Liquid Cream Lipstick, Liquid Suede, and I think I've used this in 1 or 2 previous videos just because it's like my darkest lip product. It's gonna be a lot if I try to use it today. It's gonna be quite the look, but I really wanted something kind of dramatic. So this would be a fun one to do. And I have this black lip liner from NYX as well. I love their lip liners. This is in Blackberry, and I've used this very, very few times. I don't regret it because I think it comes in handy occasionally, but I just haven't gotten much use out of it because it's black. So I'll be right back. Hello friends, that was just the lip liner. Let's go in with the actual product. I don't usually apply this with a lip liner, but figured it could make things turn out a little bit better. It's so black, I thought it just might be a bit easier to stick within the lines. Honestly, it's not that black, it's more like a purpley black, but it's kind of hard to tell because it is so dark. It does dry down, so I'm just gonna give it a minute. Okay, it keeps getting on my teeth. I don't understand. Like it's dried by now. Anyways, here's the final look. Here are the lips. You can see why I really can't wear this lip color outside of like filming or Halloween or something like that. But I don't want to declutter it because I feel like I don't have anything else in my collection like it, and it is kind of useful once in a while. I think I wore this when I was like a clown for Halloween one time. I don't know, like I should come up with some other ideas of what to do for this year for Halloween because I really enjoy doing costumes sort of designed around a makeup look rather than the actual outfit. But yeah, let me know what you think. I don't think my opinion really changed on any of these products except for maybe this eyeliner. I really quite liked how it applied, and I will see later like maybe it's super smudgy. I don't know, but I like the formula of that. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. The eyelashes are actually looking pretty good, but with that mascara, like it kind of changes on a day-to-day basis, and it's more that it's not waterproof, that's the problem, and also that I can't apply too many layers. So I only did the 1 layer, so that's fine. With this palette, honestly, it's really only 2 colors in this that are helpful to me, that golden shade and also the highlight color, brow bone highlight. So I'll keep it for that for now, but I don't know. This, now I know that I can use it for eyebrows, so that's great. And then everything else pretty much as expected, but I wasn't expecting to, you know, fall in love with any of these products. It's not like these were things that I had only used once or twice and didn't know for sure if I like them. I have had quite a bit of experience with all of these products and I know how I feel about them, but I just wanted to give them another try for this video and see what you guys thought, because maybe you love the purple eye look, you know, I don't know, maybe you have different opinions. And let me just give you a little bit of a close-up so you can see better and the brightness, because that feels more honest. Anyways, I said it would all come together, right? Like now my skin doesn't look too strange, my eyebrows don't look too strange. When you do the full face, it works. I was just taking pictures after I finished filming and I realized one more thing I wanted to note. I don't necessarily regret buying this lip product, but when I bought it, I bought a 3-pack, like 3 different NYX lip products because I had one and I really liked it. So they were on sale, of course, so I found a 3-pack for like $11 or something and I bought all of them. This one is okay. The other 2 I just never wear. One is blue, one is like this weird brown color. I could have worn one of those for the purposes of this video, but I wanted to like how the overall look turned out. So that's why I say I regret it. Even if I don't I don't super regret this one out of that 3 pack, if that makes sense. So that's gonna be it for today. And of course I will be talking about I'm not gonna talk about a book today. I'm actually gonna talk about another movie. So let's hop into that. This is a movie adaptation of a musical. If you haven't heard of Dear Evan Hansen, you clearly move in different circles than me, but it is one of the most popular musicals of the past, like 5 years, I want to say. It came out a little bit after Hamilton, and it's not really aimed at the same audience, but I would say that it garnered almost as much popularity as Hamilton. So I did get to see it here in Toronto, and I had been listening to the music for like a year or two before I got to see it, so I knew the music really well. I loved it. I love Benj Platt and Justin Paul, who are the ones who did the music. They also wrote the music for La La Land and Greatest Showman, both of which I love. So I actually liked the music better than I liked the show. So I was a little bit disappointed in the show, and I got to see the movie at TIFF. I went opening night, which was amazing. I was so surprised that I even managed to get tickets, and I was so pleased to go. And I went with my good friend who was also a huge fan of the show. She saw it on Broadway. She's sort of been there from the beginning as well. But I actually thought that it worked better for screen than it did for stage. Like, for me, it worked better as a movie than it did as a musical. And I know a lot of people won't feel the same way, particularly if you really, really loved the stage performance. But I actually like the movie better than the show. And I know that it's not getting very good reviews, which actually really surprised me. I thought that it would do very well. And I think if you are a fan of the show, you will also love the movie. But it seems to me, I don't know, adults don't get it, or I understand that there's some like sensitivity around the subject matter, but it makes me kind of sad that people aren't loving the movie, because I just thought it was beautiful, and yeah, the music, just amazing. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of my face, and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye!